Here are the cards. So that's what we're creating tonight, and it's all about the new in colors. They are awesome. I'm always crazy about the in colors every year, but this year I'm really partial to these. I just love all of them. Okay. Now I feel a little hydrated, excuse me. I'm feeling a bit hydrated now. Here's this beautiful new catalog, and now we can look at the inside together if we want to, if we need to refer to it. So if you've got your new catalog handy, bring it on out. You might want to make some notes. I am going to start with my Bee rewards. For those of you who are new, you may not know about my Bee reward program. When you spend $35 in my online store, I cross off a bee and I put the date. And then on the back, I record the date, the order number, and the amount. And so for every $35, you earn a bee. And when you've earned 10 bees, you get to redeem this card for $35 in free product. And we do that at the end of each month. I'll send you a notification and you can let me know what it is that you would like to select. Gail says her catalog is already worn out. I love it. Okay, so today is a special day because I only do this during my open house, and I only do it the very first day of the annual catalog. If you're placing an order this evening, you're going to want to use this hostess code so that I know that you earn double B's, okay? So this hostess code is really important, okay? Use this hostess code and you'll earn double B's until midnight tonight, and that'll be midnight Eastern time, okay? So double B's this evening. So if you spend $35 in my online store tonight, you're gonna earn 2 B's instead of 1, okay? So don't miss out. Carol, I'm glad you got your catalog because it wasn't here last week. That's great. All right, now I've got another little reward that is going to begin starting this month. I am a designer with the Demo Design Dream Team, all right? And that is 16, and I'm gonna zoom in on this. That's 16 Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, okay, that are on this team. And I just joined the team in May, and I'm super excited to be a part of that. Hi, Pam, welcome. So good to have you. So each month now, not only will you earn a bee when you purchase 35 in free product, you'll also get this tutorial. Ladies, this tutorial, it has 16 projects by 16 different demonstrators. It includes the supply list with measurements, and it also includes the pictures. I'm so glad you're excited, Margaret. That's awesome. So yeah, so I had my virtual open house on Saturday, and so those ladies who placed orders, they're gonna get this in their inbox. I just email you the PDF. That's all I have to do, okay? All right, it almost looks like my camera has frozen. Let me just, I'm gonna switch pictures real quick to make sure we're working. And it looks like that camera froze. Jacqueline, when you get a chance, let's see. It looks like, all right, ladies, you all have to tell, okay, it's working now. My hands froze for a minute when I was holding this, and I thought that my cell phone had stopped. So yeah, so be expecting this in your inbox. I'll try and have it there by Friday. It has been a super busy week with finishing up virtual open house, okay? But you will be getting it. So anyway, so wanted to tell you about that. There is a different tutorial each month with 16 projects, okay? So something to look forward to, and you're gonna wanna place that order right here, okay? And tonight, to earn those double B's, you've got to use that hostess code so that I know, okay? Because this will close after midnight, all right? All right, let's see what else is new. We've got a few promotions with Stampin' Up, so I want you to be aware of them. Whether you're a demonstrator or a customer, Stampin' Up is kicking off their celebration of the new catalog with more host rewards, okay? So if you live in the United States and if a demonstrator places an order for $250, she's going to get $25 extra in Stampin' rewards. If you are a customer in the United States and you decide that you kind of have to have everything in the book, then if you spend $250, then you would get an additional $25, okay? So just be aware of that promotion that's going on. Also, you may want to consider becoming a demonstrator, all right? And so we've got, and this paper's a little bit harder to see, we've got a nice promotion going on. Our starter kit is $99, and you get to select $125 in free product. And you can customize that kit. You can put anything you want in it. And it can be up to $125. You can't go over that $125, okay? You'll only pay $99 and you will have free shipping. Also this month when you join Stampin' Up and my Be Creative stamping team, you can pick a free bundle. That's any bundle in the catalog. It could be a stamp set and a punch, or it could be a stamp set and a die. All right, so you get to decide which bundle you would like free, all right? So I want you to be aware of those company promotions, all right? Let's see, I think that's it. I think I can now show you some cards, okay? Well, tonight's all about the end colors. And we'll look at the end colors real quick here. This is my Stampin' Up! End Color Coach. That's part of my end color share box this year. Orders were placed today. I might have one extra box left if anyone is interested. You can find the details on my Facebook page. And it's $32.50 for the end color products, okay? Let me know if you need details. You can message me and I can send those to you. But with the Color Coach, we're going to be looking at Cinnamon Cider, and that's what Cinnamon Cider looks like. And then we have Just Jade, beautiful green. We've got Bumblebee, that's kind of my personal favorite. There's Bumblebee there. Magenta Madness. Here's the cardstock color. Oops, I know I have one more to show you. Moonlight Mist, all right? And here is the cardstock color here, okay? So let's take a closer look. You're going to remember, excuse my reach here, these were the cards that we created last week. This is the Moonlight, the Misty Moonlight. This is Magenta Madness. Bumblebee, and this is Just Jade. And I just have the 4 of these because I actually, somebody won one last week, all right, during Facebook Live. So this is last week's Facebook Live project. And so you can find all the details, okay, on that video. I know, Kathy, isn't that blue beautiful? So you can find last week's video on my Facebook page. You can find it on my blog from last Friday, and it includes the measurements. And my blog's name, the blog address is www.becreativestamping.com, all right? And measurements are there. Super fun, easy card to make. All right, so now I've got some more to show you. These cards are created using the Ornate die, the Ornate Garden stamp set. Oh, cool. I love hearing the favorites. Y'all, yeah, tell me, everybody, ladies, What's your favorite color? It's really hard to decide. So I like the comments coming in. You're telling me which colors you like. So, all right. I know, isn't that fun? As soon as you get your in colors, you can make a bunch. Ladies, when we get new in colors, I love making monochromatic cards, and I'll make them in each color. And it's really fun to take one card design and make 5 cards with it in different colors. So, all right, so this is the Ornate Garden, and you're probably familiar with this stamp set. It's called Ornate Style. Excuse me, it is not Ornate Garden. And we use this flower right here. And Wildly Grateful is from the Lovely You bundle. And here it is right here. And this bundle's with an amazing punch, all right? So we'll get into that. But here it is in Bumblebee. And we're gonna make this card this evening and we'll be giving it away. This is Just Jade, Cinnamon Cider, Magenta Madness, and where is my Misty Moonlight? I know I took a picture of it, so maybe I have it where I take my pictures. I don't know what I did with my Misty Moonlight. So anyway, here are the four of the 5 end colors right here. And so we're going to emboss with some white embossing powder tonight and heat that, all right? Oh, good, Joanne. She likes the cinnamon cider the best, and it's a really nice brown, isn't it? All right, so that's Ornate Garden. And then the next one is from Celebrate Sunflowers. And these sunflowers, both of them, they are drop dead gorgeous when you stamp them. They are beautiful stamped images. So here it is in Cinnamon Cider. And you're going to learn all kinds of tips and tricks tonight for the sunflower. And then we have it in the Magenta Madness. Here it is in Just Jade. And here it is in Misty Moonlight. All right, so that's our sunflower. And yes, I'm trying to think, what did I do with those cards? I also have it made in Bumblebee, and it's just not here. I think I pulled those cards and took pictures, and I didn't put them back in my package. So, now this card, this one takes some measuring. So this is why you're gonna need your paper and pencil tonight, okay? This is a really fun card to make. I love how we can display all 4 pieces of the designer paper, the double-sided designer paper. So here it is in Cinnamon Cider. And this is Just Jade, Misty Moonlight. I'll just do it like this. Kind of layer them out this way. And this is Bumblebee. And tonight we're going to make it in magenta, all right? And we're gonna do this one first, okay? I need to be reading some of these comments, I think. That's too funny. All right. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna create this one in Magenta Madness tonight. And your card base is a standard card base, okay? So it measures 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and then you score it at 4.25 inches, all right? Lee, I like the 4x4s too. I love making those cards, and they're super quick to make as well. They really are. All right, so I'm gonna take my bone folder and just be sure that I'm getting a nice crisp score line. When your share box comes, your cards come pre-scored for you. They're cut and pre-scored and ready for you. All right, here's Whisper White. And this measures 5.25 inches by 4 inches, okay? So this is going to be a super simple piece to adhere to the card base, but we're actually going to work on the designer paper first, okay? So when you look at the designer paper, you can see this is a double-sided design. So you get this denim look on one side, and then you get these dots on this side, okay? So that's one of the double-sided designs. And then here's the other design here with words on it. And then if you flip it, you kind of have that wood grain. So this is another one of the 6x6 double-sided designs, okay? So in your share box, you get 2 of each of these and 2 of this sheet, okay? Makes sense? So you'll have some of that double-sided designs that you can play around with. Now the measurement for this card is super important. So to measure, hello Sandra, welcome. You're going to want your designer paper to be 1 1/4 inches, all right? In order to get this thing to line up, that's what we need. And then the length of this is going to be, okay, here's one of those funny ones, 3 7/8. So hopefully you can see that, all right? So 1 1/4 and 3 7/8, all right? And then you're gonna want 2 of this sheet. Remember, we're gonna flip it. And then you need 2 of this sheet. And you're gonna be able to make these when you get your share box, okay? Okay, now I found that using the Tombow the Tombow liquid glue was actually a good idea because it gave me wiggle room, okay? In case I needed to adjust my designer paper. Now I'm gonna bring in a sample here just so that we can look at it. And we don't have to put these papers in the exact same order. And actually tonight, I think I'll mix it up a little bit. How about that? So we will start with this one. Now with the words, they are directional. So you wanna make sure you cut your paper correctly and so that your words will be, you know, horizontal, okay? So we'll start with this piece. And I'm just gonna add the liquid glue here. All right. And then we're gonna pick it up. And then I'm going to add it, and I'm gonna have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around that Whisper White cardstock, okay? Whoops, so see, I needed wiggle room because that slipped. You can use snail, but you're not going to have as much wiggle room once you adhere that, okay? Thank you, Joanne. I'm excited that you're getting a share box. That's awesome. So there it is, okay? And see that 1/8 of an inch all the way around? Okay, so the next one we're gonna do is, this is the same sheet of paper. I guess I should turn my paper this way. And this is the wood grain. And I want the wood grain side to show now, all right? And you know what? Actually, let's do this. This is how I made this card. I made this card a few weeks ago, by the way. I'm going to use the other designer paper, okay? This one. And I'm going to start on this side, and then we're going to work our way in, all right? Okay. I'm not sure if that really makes a difference. It makes me a little more comfortable doing that. So, all right. So we get our Tombow here, and we'll lift this up. And now I'm gonna put it on this end, and I do have it turned sideways. It's easier for me to position the paper when I'm doing it from the side, okay? But it might be different for you, and that's okay too. I think that one will work. Now, it's not an exact science, okay? So if you're a perfectionist, you know, I hope you'll enjoy making this type of card. I like this card because I can show all the designer papers that are in the end color pack. So, all right, so this, I'm going back over here now, okay? I'm working on this side, going back to the left side, And I'm gonna add the Tombow there. And you can decide which way you want your wood grain, okay? And then you're gonna position it so that you have that 1/8 of an inch, okay? It's just a small little bit. All right, so now we'll look at it. That's not too bad, is it? And now we have one more piece to do, and that's gonna go there, and so we want the glue on this side. All right. Okay. And now I'm going to turn this over. And I'm going to position this piece right here. Okay? Now when your share box comes, you'll be able to go back through these in color videos and watch them and be able to make these. What do you think? Kind of cool, huh? All right, so now we're gonna add it to the magenta card base, and we're gonna flip this over and I'm going to pop it up, because sometimes I like popping up the layer that goes on the card base. I think it looks kind of cool. All right. Yeah, this one was perfect, Gail. You should have seen me when I started measuring these strips. Oh my gosh, that hurt my brain. That was a lot of math to do. All right. Yeah, and so someone can take this card home tonight, okay? All righty, now we're back, and we're gonna position the card this way. Let's make sure my card is opening correctly. There we go. And remember, I want my words to be horizontal and to be in the right position, reading position, I guess. All right, and there we have it on our card base. Now I'm going to take the stitched nested dies. These came out last June with the bird, free as a bird. And so these are the stitch nested dies, and I used this one. So if you want, I'll kind of measure this for you to give you an idea. From east to west, it looks like it's about 3 1/16 of an inch. And then north to south, it's looking like 1 3/4, okay? Okay, Toddy, it's yours. It's your card. So I did this, I cut this out in Whisper White cardstock. And now the words I'm going to use are from Celebrate Sunflowers. And by the way, I think we're doing this suite next week, okay? I don't think I can wait much longer. We're gonna use congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful, all right? So I do need the stamp and the black memento. Now, I would prefer to stamp this in Magenta Madness ink, but for demonstrators, we could not pre-order the ink pads in May. So we had to wait until today, just like everyone else, and I did order mine today. So they're coming, and I would prefer it in that color, but the black works fine too. You just have to learn to adjust and go with it, right? All right, it's not the end of the world. And now I'm just gonna stamp this right in the center, and hopefully I'll have it straight. I got that fairly straight, not too shabby. Okay, ooh, no, that's a little crooked. All right, and let's see. I'm gonna bring out the enamel dots. Now in your box, you're getting 100, okay? All right, so that's 20 of each color, and they're all the same size. I'm going to use the magenta, and I'm gonna put it right there. And then I'm gonna put another one right there, okay? So I've got my little enamel dots there, love those. And we're gonna pop this up right along here, all right? Okay, and then we're going to position it. I kind of do mine towards the bottom a little bit and just over 3 of those sheets of designer paper. So what do you think? Now we've got all 5 colors right here. All right, so if you haven't told me your favorite yet, you can do that now. And if you are brand new tonight, please say hello and tell us where you're from so that your name can be in the drawing, okay? All right, so that is our first card. And I will leave that out for our prize patrol, okay? All right, now our next card is using the sunflowers, all right? And I've already showed you these, and we're going to be making the Just Jade, okay? Look, you know what? They're easy cards, girls. They're so easy, and I like easy sometimes, you know? Sometimes we need easy. I want to show you the dies to this and the stamp set, which I think I have right here. Okay, so the stamp set you have seen, and it's right here. And let's see, we're not stamping with this, but we're gonna die cut that sunflower, okay? All right, Newburn, Bumblebee and Misty Moonlight, awesome. Okay, so in order to create this card, and I'll really get into this next Wednesday when we do the sunflowers, okay? I did cut out the sunflower shape with this. So that's a super easy cut. And then I took this one, and this is what I'll show you next week. I actually used, oh, maybe I didn't do it on, I didn't do it on this one. Well, I had used the adhesive sheets to stick this sunflower to this shape. And next week, I'm going to show you our brand new adhesive sheets, okay? So that you can learn how to use them, and it's going to make it very easy for you to apply to the solid die cut, okay? All right, so more details next week on that one. But what we have to do now is we need to clean this out. All right, we're gonna get all these little pieces out. All right, so let me do that. Now, when you have the adhesive sheet on the back, and by the way, you apply the adhesive sheet to the solid piece of cardstock, okay? So you do that first, and then you cut it out with the Big Shot and the die. All right, and then when you go to peel the adhesive off the back, it peels all these little pieces right off. So maybe this is a good thing that we did it this way tonight. This is gonna be a much harder way for us to do this, and then next week it's gonna be easy peasy with the adhesive sheets, okay? And I have already ordered a ton of those. I'm very excited. We used to have the adhesive sheets in our annual catalog, and they weren't in there last year, but now they're back. So I'm very happy about that. All right, so I'm getting there. Okay, but you wait till next week. It's gonna peel right out in a hot second. All right, and you're just gonna love it. All right, now did that one get cut all the way through? I thought I had checked my packet. All right, so let's see here. This card may be a flop. We will see. It may be a dud. There we go, I'm getting it. I'm gonna get all those little pieces out of the way there. All right. Okay, and they did cut out well with the Big Shot. I did use the precision-based plate. Yay, Toddy, you got your order in early. That's good. Good for you, girl. All right. Any other demonstrators get their orders out this morning? All right, so now what I need to do is, well, I want to get rid of that little piece there. So let me see if I can pinch that off. All right, there we go. Does this ever happen to y'all? Now I'm going to poke out these little circles. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. All right, and for those ladies who were at my virtual open house this weekend, their sunflowers just peeled right off and stuck to their die cuts, and it was easy peasy. All right, so tonight's the hard way. Next Wednesday night's the easy way. Okay, I'm getting there. Oh, these tiny little pieces. Ooh, what's on page 162, Laura? Tell us what's on 162. Oh, the adhesive sheets. I bet that's what you're talking about. Yeah, they're a must-have, ladies. They're going to be a really good investment. All right. Especially after you watch me do this tonight, right? I'm almost there, I promise. All right. Getting some little paper there. Okay, and I'm almost there now. I probably won't give this weight card away. I'll give one of the other ones away. On the other ones, I know I used adhesive sheets. I think I had cut this, and I think my intention was to go back and cut some more or something. I'm not sure. So I cut a lot of sunflowers. Anybody want to guess how many sunflowers I cut out for my virtual open house? Anybody want to take a gander at that? All right, I got it. We're all set. Okay, so thank you for your patience. All right, as I did that, I'm going to put this back now. All right, I'm going to grab some water real quick. Okay, now, one thing that I did find, well, first of all, I haven't found the secret for lining these two up, okay? I keep looking, okay? Yeah, don't give up. Don't give up, Carol, because next week I'm going to show you how easy this sunflower is, really, quite honestly. I cut a lot of sunflowers. I'd love to see a few more guesses. So anyway, I haven't figured out the trick for the lining it up, excuse me. So I tend to just kind of go around in a circle until I can get it to fit. So it's kind of like a puzzle, all right? Oh, there it is. So see, that's the way I do it, okay? Then when I flip it back over, I'm gonna flip it like this. And then this is where I'm going to add the tombow. Okay, so when I flip it back over, it should be pretty easy to align, at least better than it was. I think I'll use my fine tip glue pen. You can also use the tombow glue, okay? So ladies, when I did my virtual open house, ooh, I hope I can open this. Hang on, I can't get, there we go. I cut like 50 sunflowers. I had quite the bunch to cut. So it was mass production. Okay, so I am just adding the fine tip glue here, and I'm gonna zoom in a bit, and hopefully you can see that a little bit better. And I am just going to add this to a couple of little areas. I'm not going to cover this in glue. First of all, it would take forever, and it would be super messy, okay? So I'm getting the high spots, all right? And where one line looks a little bit thicker, that's where I'll put a little more glue. Okay, so this entire thing is not going to be glued down, but it's still going to work for us. All right. All right, do you think I have them all? I think I have enough. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it back up And when I flip it over, it's kind of in the same place, I hope. So hang on, let's see. That's not it. This is the tricky part. Oh, I think I got it. Okay, so this is where you line it up. And even the adhesive sheets are pretty forgiving if you need to kind of lift something up. Now with the fine tip glue, we know we have to kind of press down on this a bit, okay, to get it to stick, all right, which you're seeing me do right now. There are 3 petals on the outside that curve up. You're right, Mary Kay, there are. I think it's these 3. I think this is what you're talking about. This one, and this one maybe. But I still find it really hard to do, even though I know that, you know? I don't know. It's just really tough for me. All right, so that's our sunflower. That wasn't too bad, was it? But if you're making a lot of these, you don't want to be gluing these, right? You want to be peeling the adhesive off of the back and putting them on a card base, right? I'm going to pop up the center. Okay, that's the center of the flower. When you, let's see, I'm trying to think. When you cut this out, and I just kind of put it there. When you cut this out, this little piece comes out, and that is the piece that I used, okay, to pop up. But there is also another center, okay? Actually, you know what? I think I'm wrong. I think I must have cut this out, and I'll tell you why. This has some little dots on it, and this has dots right there. So I did cut those out, but one hole will, you know, some cardstock will fall out of that centerpiece too, okay? Oh, good, so I was right, yeah. All right, so now we're gonna put this square card together. I love square cards. This one is measuring 8.5 inches by 4 1/4, okay? And then when you score it at 4 1/4, and that's what makes it square, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and we'll add this. Let's see what this looks like. I have not tried this side. Cute, very cute. I like it. All right, let's see, let me find my snail here. Okay, I can't wait to get my Stampin' Seal. If you all haven't done so, order some Stampin' Seal, okay, and give it a try. All right, I'm centering this. Let me tell you the measurements for this. On the Whisper White, it's going to measure 4 by 4, okay? And then on your designer paper, it's going to measure 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, okay? Now again, I'm gonna pop up this layer. You don't have to. You can certainly, you know, stick it to your card base if you want. Okay, and I find when I'm making these in color cards or the monochromatic cards, I'll cut everything at one time and then I'll assemble everything at one time. Instead of cutting for one card and assembling, I will cut for all of them and then assemble. I find that a little bit faster. All right, and this should be centered here, okay? And then we're gonna pop up the sunflower too. So here it goes. All right. Okay, and then we're just going to put that right in the center. All right, so that didn't turn out too bad, did it? I'm a little off right there, I can see that, but it's kind of cool having the Whisper White peek out, okay? So that's going to be one of our giveaways tonight too. Welcome, Carol. Tonight we're going to create the Bumblebee Ornate style. And I'm going to show you some different layers, and I've got some measurements for you, okay? And you know what? Let's look at a different color, okay? All right, so lots of goodies on this card. This is a standard card base, okay? It's 8.5 by 5.5. And then we score it at 4 1/4, okay? And that makes the card base. And then we have an extra layer to put on the card base. So 2 things with this layer. Oh, thank you, Mary Kay. Thank you so much. That makes me feel so good. I'm glad you like the cards. This card layer, which is a traditional measurement, I mean, I use this measurement all the time. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And if you've spent any time with me, well, just in the last year doing Facebook Live, you know we use this measurement a lot, okay? So this is kind of a standard in card making. Now you're going to notice some texture. What do you think of that texture? I'm going to show you where that's from. It's called Tasteful Texture 3D Embossing Folder. And this is what it looks like after you emboss it. It's one of your thick folders, okay? And so it'll give you that extra dimension in your cardstock, all right? And as far as, let's see. Nope, I was gonna tell you more about this, but you know what? We'll just go on and start putting this together. All right, so with this layer, we're gonna pop it up. I've done that all 3 times tonight on these cards. All right. And after this card, we're gonna draw names, so be sure to comment tonight, okay? We're gonna have 3 drawings, all right, because we've made 3 cards tonight. And then I've got another drawing for a giveaway, all right? So don't leave after we emboss this card. Okay, so I'm just centering this right here, okay? And then we've got 2 more measurements here. This square, or this scallop square, is from Stitched So Sweetly. That's the name of the die set. It was in the mini and it has carried over into the new catalog. So let's measure this and I'll kind of give you an idea of the size of the die. About 2.5 inches by 3 5/8. So that's about the size of the die, okay? Now for your Whisper White piece, this is 2 5/8 by 3 3/4. All right. And so we're actually going to do the embossing on the Bumblebee cardstock. So let's get ready to do that. I am going to bring in, hopefully, the right embossing powder. It is white, so that's the color we want. We want white. And I need my Versamark pad. And then this is our flower. And when I ink the flower up in Versamark, I'm going to stamp it. I need to zoom out a little bit for y'all. I'm going to stamp it to the side and towards the top. Okay? And I'm going to cover up my ink pad so that I don't get embossing powder on it. And I'm going to zoom out a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a clothespin and I'm going to pour white powder over this. Get rid of that little mark that I have. There we go. And I am going to use, I need to put this embossing powder somewhere safe. I am going to use the heating tool, and it will take just a few minutes for it to heat up, all right? And hopefully I can put it up here so that you can see the magic happen. The heating tool is cold, so it's going to take just a little bit longer. Oh, I'll try and do this so that you can see now that it is starting to heat. It's baking. Starting to come to life. So when you make your cards, when you do all your cutting at once, do all your stamping, look what I did, do all your stamping at the same time, get all your embossing done at one time. My heat tool just touched that leaf, and so it kind of smeared it. Sorry, I'm in your way. All right, you kind of get a better idea of what's going on there. Okay, and as you can see right here, okay, right here, the heating tool touched that and kind of smeared it. So that little part did not get heated as well as I would have liked. All right, so let's, I'm gonna bring in my card supplies here, and we're gonna go ahead and use snail with this. Here we go. And I'm going to adhere this to the Whisper White paper. All right. And I'm going to center this right here. Okay. And now I'm going to pop up this layer. Oh wow, look at that piece of paper. I had black on the other side of it. Good thing I didn't use that side. All right. So now, do you all have any questions for me as far as embossing or specials this month? Anything like that? There's lots going on. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna kind of center this, okay? I'm gonna put that right in the center like that, okay? Now, I'm gonna go back and we're gonna do some more embossing right here. So let me show you where this is from. This word right here, or this greeting, is from Lovely You. And if you all have your catalogs, take a look. I think it's called the Lovely You bundle, and it bundles with a punch. And that punch does all kinds of cool tricks. So it's a really neat one to check out. And we'll get to that too in the coming weeks. So we're going to use one of the words. I think we're using wildly grateful. All right. And so when I created these cards, I used hard felt, or did I? I used wildly grateful, you're my person, just because, and let's cheer you up, and heartfelt. Those were the ones that I used. Okay. So we're going to do the let's wildly grateful, and I need my shape. Now this is really cool. These die cut labels are awesome. Let me show you these. They're called Tasteful Labels, and we're actually going to be using this circle right here tonight. And take a look at the edging and the stitching. Isn't that awesome? And there's also a smaller one. So this die set has 10 dies of different shapes. They're all awesome. And it actually coordinates with Tasteful Touches. All right, so these two can be bundled together. All right, but I think this is going to be a must-have for every Stamper's collection. All right, so we'll go back to the Versamark, and I'm going to ink Wildly Grateful, and I'm going to stamp it towards the top because I want to put pearls under it. Okay, and I'll definitely need a clothespin because I don't want to burn myself. I'm going to bring back, move this stuff here. I'm going to bring back my white embossing powder. Shake that off. move that so I don't make a mess. And I'm gonna heat this one up. And this one shouldn't take as long. Our heating tool's pretty warmed up here. I'm really trying not to burn my finger. I can feel the heat. Okay. I think we've got that done. And now this sentiment is going to be popped up. So let me see, where's my top? Right there. All right. And then let's see. I want to put dimensionals where I know they'll be on the cardstock. I want to put the dimensionals where I know they'll be on this layer of cardstock and not this, okay? Because if I do it on the other, it'll get a little lopsided. Okay, so there's my Wildly Grateful. And now these are just the basic pearls. These are some older pearls. We used to sell them when they were connected. And, but now I think your pearls are all single layers, I believe. We do still have pearls though in our book, and I'm happy about that because you can't have a card without pearls and rhinestones, right? All right, we got it done. That is our third card tonight, ladies. All right, so here they are right here, okay? All right. If you are watching and you haven't commented tonight, please do so. Tell us where you're from because we're going to draw names in just a second, okay? All right, so one thing that I did want to show you, and gosh, I hope I find it. Hang tight. What did I do with it? You wouldn't believe the stuff that I have out. Okay, so I got this. Thank you, Carol. I got this really fun 1-inch badge maker. I know you all have seen these. You can make badges with them. So I took the little 1-inch badges and I punched out our designer paper. This is all in color designer paper, and there are 20 of these in the bag, and this is 21. And you can see how I use those Tasteful Labels dies. I used both of them, both circles. And then, and I'll see if I can peel this off. I don't know if I can't. On the back, for example, this is the back. There was a pin there, and I took the pin out. And now all you have to do, and I'll show you how to do it, you just take a dimensional, pretend this is out of the package, and you just put that on the back of the dimensional. And you can pop that layer up on a card. What do you think? Aren't they cute? And there are 20 of them. So it's all 5 colors in all 4 designs, all right? But they're super cute, and I'm giving this away tonight as a freebie. You are going to be able to purchase these in my boutique. And I am working on that now as we speak. I'm trying to figure out how much they cost to mail, and it looks like with their weight, it's gonna cost like $3 to mail, unfortunately. But aren't they precious? They are so cute. So these 20 here are $5, okay? And then it would cost the $3 to mail, I believe. So, oh, you have Joanne? I put these in my virtual open house treat bags, and you've already used them, Joanne? That is so cool. What did you think, Joanne? Do you love it? I'm so excited. Aren't they just like the cutest things you've ever seen? And they're just the little 1-inch badges, and we pop them up like dimensionals. I know, aren't they fun? Hey, Cindy, welcome. Good to have you, girl. I know, aren't they precious? So I will be selling these. I'm working out the logistics and getting the, purchasing the right mailers and that sort of thing. But I did make them, yes. I have a badge maker, and I made them. And everyone who joined my virtual open house, they each got 3 of them. And so anyway, but they are fun and they are cute. Oh, and I want to show you a picture. I made a birthday card for my dad, and I used one of these embellishments. That's what I'm going to call them, okay? They're embellishments. And aren't they cute? I'm so glad you like it, Chris. Okay. Oh, and the New Bern ladies love them too. That's awesome. All right, I want you to look at this card. I created this card last Tuesday for my dad's 80th birthday. Now that's the World of Good suite, okay? And do you see the embellishment that I made for it? I just punched out the designer paper and made it into a button. And that's the embellishment. Oh, I'm so glad you put it on your friend's birthday card. Now, I don't know about mailing them. I don't know what that will do. It probably will not be machinable at the post office, and you probably have to write that on the envelope. Yes, Carol, they are embezzlements. That's what I should call them, the Be Creative embezzlements. I love it. Oh my gosh, it's too funny. For those of you who don't know, my husband's an attorney, and one night he did a Facebook Live with me, and instead of saying embellishment, he said embezzlement. So it is a joke around here all the time. But okay, so anyway, I hope you like the card. That was a really special birthday card for my dad because he's not doing too well. And it was fun to open it with him and to read it to him. And he loved the flap on the envelope. He was just trying to figure that out. So I thought that was pretty cool. So, all right. All right, well, guess what? It's time to draw names. Are you ready? Let's pray this works. If you're watching, you need to make a comment so that I know you're visiting and so you can be in the drawing. We have 4 drawings tonight, and these will go out in the mail tomorrow, okay? Hey, Cindy. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Cindy Guerra. Thank you. I have a confession to make. A few years ago in one of the Stampin' Up! Incentive trips, I met a German demonstrator, and her name is Anya. And she had made these for me as a pillow gift, and they were darling. So, you know, that's kind of why I wanted to do it. So anyway, this is Anya's idea. She lives in Germany. She's a German demonstrator and a very dear friend. And we look forward to, seeing each other every year at the incentive trip. No, Stampin' Up! Does not sell the button maker. No, and the button maker is a little pricey. I had an Amazon gift card. That was a gift from Stampin' Up! And I used that, okay? Oh, yay, Margaret. I'm so glad you're watching. Yay. Tell us where you're from. It's so fun seeing where everyone is from. So I hope you're interested in the embezzlements, okay? More details will come. But anyway, this in color pack is $5 and it's 20 of them, okay?